Headies Awards was done in America. The reason best known to the people that who are the organizers, but by and large, I don't think it's that bad. It might have some pros and cons, just like any other thing. It might have some goods and bads. You can't tell somebody, it's like this is your studio, and somebody tell you your studio is doing this, is doing that. The man owns, it's a private establishment. He owns his company, and he said he wants to take it to America. And one of the reasons I gives, I don't know whether people are following him, is that right now in America, this is the year of Nigerian music, African music. And it's not just music alone, it's our food. A lot of people are eating our food now all over the whole world. A lot of people are wearing our clothes. Back in the days, people make fun of us that we're wearing window blind. But those window blinds that they are making fun of, they are buying it in dollars, in pounds right now. So it's a global thing. So it's like somebody won my market in Oyingbo, and I'm in maybe Aba, and I want to take my market to Oyingbo so that at least they can buy. So that is it. Afrobeat is big all over, and it's big in America. If you look at our, what they call our musicians, they are selling more shows in America, they are selling in Africa. You know, Wizkid just did a show that collected $1 million in Canada about some days back. So this thing is global. So if somebody says he wants to take that Afrobeats and sell it to people that are really paying good money for it, I don't see any big deal in it. If American thinks that what they are selling is in Africa, they will bring it. And for example, Grammy has been done a lot in Los Angeles. They took it from Los Angeles down to New York, and they see what will happen. And they didn't get the best because a lot of artists stays in LA. For them to travel back to New York is cold. LA has a very good weather throughout the whole year. So they see that it doesn't work. So there's nothing bad. Ayo has taken this to Abuja before. Maybe people forgot. And because it's a seat of power, and a lot of people wants to buy into it. Maybe the government bought into it at that time. It sponsors. Like Afrima has been in Lagos for a long time, but 2 or 3 years ago, they took it to Ghana. So if somebody says, bring your product, it's a private company. It's not a government thing that says, it's Africa, it must stay in Africa. No. If somebody says, bring it to Russia and they are paying, I'm taking it to Russia. If you don't like it, don't watch it. So it's not a big deal. So the guy took it to America, and he felt that he has a sponsor. Look at it for the first time. Look at what the Buju got. A Bentley. How many Nigerian artists drives a Bentley? But they're giving it to Next Rated, a young guy who just started making money. All that kind of. So where does the Bentley come from? It comes from a company. It's not in Nigeria. It's not a Nigerian company. It comes from a company in America. And they say, bring it down. We're going to give the person to. So there are a lot of things that are behind the scene that people don't know. And like I said, it's a private company. The guy thought I would make a leverage there. And apart from that, look at the governor of Lagos State, being part of the sponsors, had a meeting with the mayor of Atlanta, and something came out of it. So in between, this thing is dovetailing to different things. People are just saying at the award, but there are a lot of things behind it that are making different waves about it. So me, I don't see anything bad in it. If you want to do it, you create your own award and take it to the moon. We all see what is going on in London right now. The Queen is dead. BBC is showing it, CNN is showing it. You could report that. You don't have to be at that venue to be able to report. And by and large, this thing was transmitted live. We see the Grammys too, live from here. Not many Nigerians. Does not mean that you can't write something about the Grammys. As soon as the list come out, you don't need to be in America. Then they show you the list, and you see the categories. Afrima list just came out yesterday, and they're sending it to all over Africa. Does those African journalists have to come to Nigeria to see the list? No. But you see the list, you see the categories, you see people who won, people who came, and people who didn't make it. So I don't think that whatever. If you have an American visa, I'm sure you will give you a ticket to it and say, all right, come and cover it. But we can't expect the logistic. It might be not what we expected. All right, maybe things didn't go back the way people want to do. Fine. We're humans. Things might not go the same way we wanted. Well, I think if anybody wants to get information, the information was online. So Any journalist could have done that. This is your establishment. Are you now going to put yourself under the lorry or under the trailer because of one person that is bitter? You're going to make the best out of you. When you pay the rent for this place, is any journalist helping you to pay rent? So if somebody says, let me get your equipment. Even if somebody that you don't like, but he's paying for that equipment, maybe he's paying double. You now say, because somebody's going to be angry, I'm not going to. You don't put sentiment into business. The artist benefits. Buju, I don't think he has money to buy a Bentley. It's not a fairly used Bentley. It's a new Bentley, for crying out loud. So that is number one. The governor himself had a benefit. It's part of the sponsors. He puts money down. And the governor hosted us, part of the people, journalists and the stakeholders in both in movies and in music, some days before the Headies at the State House. The Consulate General, I don't think it has been done before, hosted us, people in the music industry, at the consulate, office or the house in Ikoyi. What else? Those are benefits. Because you didn't go to America. Nobody says you don't go to America. If you have visa and you have tickets, my guys have covered the Grammys, and the Grammys don't give them tickets. They don't help them to get visa. We look for sponsors, and the sponsors sponsor it, and we use that. We look for airline that will carry us for almost that we could do better with, and that's how they go to Grammys every year. Nobody says all right because Grammy is going to send you tickets to come and cover it. So why are you now thinking how you're going to give you tickets to come and cover his event? His event is a private event. If you want to show it, he even did further. He showed it live. Unless you don't have to subscribe for DSTV. He's on it. And it was on Twitter, it was on Instagram Live. So what else do you want from the guy? So if you want to write bad thing, write it. When you start your own award, I'm sure we'll write about it too. I don't know the duration of when you have to release a record and make it. I think Portable, we got to know Portable around December. He did a song with Olamide and it blew up. So I don't know whether the category is like a year before you enter. So I don't know whether he made it. Well, I think he had a nomination from the Street Hop. And we all know what happened. Portable went and said if he didn't win, he's going to do this, going to do that. And the people felt that. In the history of the award, nobody has ever threatened anybody, and they remove him. So, with me, Portable, if he wants to win an award, let him go and start his own award now. The Portable went, even when he didn't win the Street Hop Award, he went and abused the guy that won. So what else is Portable? He should just Portable himself. No, Portable is fortunate. I think in the music industry, I have never seen anybody that is that, what word can I use? I don't want to use lucky, but fortunate, because it came out like a wildfire, bam. And within a month that he came out, he met nearly everybody. Olamide was taking him everywhere, took him to Tiwa Savage, took him to Whiskey, took him to whatever. And things that a lot of people fight for like 10 years, he got it within a month. And Portable has only done one song that is big, but it's in our faces every day. And one thing about thing, I don't think maybe I just say I like. I just think that grace with Portable. You think that Portable is done away with, something will come up. He will do something. When we felt like they took him, Bibu Kobana, gave him whatever, gave him e-money, took him to London, bam. Somebody took him to Kenya. Instead of him to show us the performance, he was showing us on Gave inside. So Portable is just, he's a child of grace. So Portable, more grace to your elbow. Just stay on your lane. Don't worry. Award will come. Who do you think that should have won the award if it's not Buju? That award is a voted award. And that award has caused a lot of trouble before. Let me take you back to Olamide and what's his name? Don Jazzy. Olamide thought his artist, what's his name, should have won the award. Why Don Jazzy didn't think that? Even they interviewed Ricardo Banks, even before the award in that category, and he said, he thought that, what's this guy's name? I forgot it's Olamide's artist that he will win the award. But Don Jazzy has one thing, or maybe they went online and start begging people to vote, which I don't think Olamide did. All that kind of. And this thing is voting category. But if you now feel that there's a juror, maybe you should tell the award people and say, all right, fine, let us see how you did it. All that kind of. So we might know. But from the look of things, Buju was not a bad artist. Maybe other kind of so, but maybe he did presence. And if you look at even before the award, he was in our faces more than any other of them. You know, was whatever on our face more than Ruga, was more than one than Arista. So, and those are Zinoleski, they were not, I don't see Zinoleski on there. So I think the more out of sight is out of mind. If you're in my faces, I'll remember you and you're canvassing for me. So I think for my own, he deserves it. No, I know that he had a bad year. He had very good records with different people. The reason why, some of the reason why this award was done was like some people, some sponsors who wants to put in money and put in gift. I'm in America and I won't give you a gift and help you take it home. But I think Buju, with all due respect, is a sharp guy. If I see my big brother around and I need help, there's nothing wrong. You say, Egbon, please help me take this thing home. I can't afford it. Even if I can afford it, if I think you're a better whatever to do it for me, yes, you could do it for me. And with that, even the governor could meet the mayor of Atlanta and said, can we have a waiver? All that kind of, this is government to government. I want to help this one of my boy to do this. And when it comes to Lagos, it tells them at the port is government, whatever. And so there's nothing wrong. If you get your own Bentley in America, don't ask the governor. Come and ask me. And say, I should come and take you to. I don't think there's anything wrong. But if anybody wants to write anything, let them write now. Rate Headies 1 to 10. I'll rate them 8. A lot of people might not like it, but I think he has. Why are we talking about Headies? They've done Headies many times. And before the 15th, have he make a buzz like this in the news? I don't think so. So that's one thing. Every news is a news, and the bad news is the best news because it's like a wildfire. So either we like it or not, this it was talking to our brain. The 15 Headies was done in America, and somebody won a Bentley. The mayor of a town that was whatever was part of it. Me, I think it was good. It's good for the business. It's good for Buju. It's good for Yonima Shaun. It's good for the Lagos state government. So a lot of people enjoyed it, and some artists that can afford to go. Some of our big artists, I was even in America. So, and they were there. Some of those young ones were there. The big ones were not there because they feel they might be busy because right now is the busiest time for them. And they might not make it. And you now feel like, because so. No. Even the Grammys, some of the big guys might not make it. We have seen people giving Grammy and they are on tour. And they make a record. I'm sorry I couldn't be here. We're on tour. Are you not going to say because you're going to give me an award and somebody is paying me $1 million, I will now leave that place to come and sit down your award? It doesn't make sense. So don't say because that's what the guy was saying, the presenter. And they told me that Wizkid is going to be here. You want to see Wizkid? Go to Wizkid's concert. Don't come. They didn't pay you to come and see Wizkid. They pay you to come and anchor the thing. Anchor it. I'm sure you didn't do it for free. Then anchor it and go home. If you want to see Wizkid or Burna Boy, go to their concert. Buy ticket, guy. Buy and see them. I'm sure they would even give you audience. So, me, I already 8. Ayo. Well, good. If anybody thinks Ayo is not good news, start from where he started from. 15 years of doing something and doing it. You know what he calls his award? An award to die for. And a lot of people have make it like that. When Don Jazzy and they were fighting, you took Dangote to call them. How many people have fought? It may be P Square. They fought each other and Dangote called them and even with the result. So, give it to Ayo. If you have been doing something for 15 years, you know, you're doing pretty good. And I think this is our year, African music. And on my way coming, I'm still going to put it on Facebook. And I will say that anybody who's singing Fuji right now, this is the right time to sing Fuji. Because Ashake has taken Fuji to #1. And Ashake is not singing anything than Fuji. And with all due respect to people like Alaji, Sikiru Ayinde Barrister, that started revolution. Kwam Wan pushed it a little bit by introducing some other instruments into Fuji. People like Idris Abdul Karim test the water and put Fuji with Pasuma. Holy Galish, and they were pushing it. Wizkid, Pakurumo, it's a little bit Fuji in there. Then Olamide put a little bit. Naira Marley pushed it. Now sell it to Zinoleski. Zinoleski sell it to this guy that call himself now, what's his name? He call himself a new fella, a newborn fella. They all singing Fuji now. Ashake now put it. If you look at Ashake's song, it's basically high-rated Fuji. So if you're a Fuji artist out there, this is the time to up your game. Do that thing Ashake is doing, and you never know. So the Afrobeat is now dovetailing to different ways. It's not to do just all those things that we used to. Yeah, fella has paved way for it, but people are now pushing the boundary and moving it, and this is our time. Spotify is number one. When Ashake came out, it's not even in Nigeria. In US, the thing enter the thing. So you know, I said, why did they taking Headies to America? They should leave it there. Thank you guys for having me.